Hello, for today's SAT problem, we'll be looking at integers. So we have, if n is an integer and if n squared is a positive integer, which of the following must also be a positive integer? A, n squared plus n, B, 2n squared minus n, C, n squared minus n cubed, D, n cubed plus n, or E, 2n cubed plus n. So let's use some process of elimination to easily solve this. So the key thing to take from the question is that n is not necessarily positive because n squared is always positive, n can be negative or positive. So we have in A we have n squared plus n, so if n is negative 1, this won't be positive, it would be 0. C, n squared minus n cubed, if n is positive in this case, the whole thing will be negative, so this is impossible. This is not possible, but not necessarily a positive integer. And D, n cubed plus n, if n is negative, that whole thing will be negative. Finally, E, 2n cubed plus n, if n is negative also in this case, the whole thing will be negative. And now let's go back to B. So we have 2n cubed, my apologies, 2n squared minus n. Regardless of whether n is positive or negative, since we have 2n squared, which will always be positive and greater than negative n, that whole thing has to be positive. So our answer is B.